Then you're going to move on to slide 3. You once again will need a text box at the top. And you can start from scratch on each slide. Sometimes it's easier to take the previous slide and just duplicate it and then edit what's on the slide. Then you don't have to insert new text boxes each time. So for example, if I right click on here and just pick duplicate, I now have 2 of the same slide. So when I get to the third slide and I have to type this in, new text in, I can just highlight and type new text. So this is slide 3, and it's going to say the middle school, and I don't have to actually put a text box in there and put 66 and put Berlin Sands. It's already there. I just change what it says. And then the font for this one is going to be different. It's just going to actually be no font on this one, so I'm just going to cut it, and it's going to be a picture. Of the actual middle school. You do want a border or something around here, so there's lots of different options when you're picking a border. You can pick a standard border, a weighted border, or something else. But for this one, I'm just going to pick a standard border there and then go on to the next slide. So once again, if you wanted to duplicate a slide, you could easily duplicate it. And I'm not going to say the middle school now. This is going to be slide 4. And it's going to say the principal. Picture is not going to be the same picture here, so I'm going to insert a different picture. You are once again going to need a border, and you will need some description font. So I will insert a text box and put it over here, and the type is going to be Berlin Sands in the size 40 again. And that's all you're going to write on this slide. And that's slide 4. And slide 5, I'm once again going to duplicate. This one's going to be about core classes. And you will not need a picture on this slide. You will need a text box though, so I will take that and put it in the middle there. And the core classes are going to be those, unless you have different core classes now, but those are the standard core classes at this time, and you will want those to be bulleted. And you might have to stretch that out a little bit to make sure they all fit on one line. I'm going to duplicate it. This one's going to be specials or elective classes. It's kind of up to you how you want to title this one. You could say specials classes are or electives classes are. It's up to you how you want to title it. I have to widen it a little bit to get it all up there. And then the specials electives classes is really going to be up to you what you want to put here. You can put, different art classes that you might have. You can put PE classes that you might have. If you have film interpretation. If you have technology, you could put that in there. So really, any classes that are not core classes you can classify in here, and you want those centered and in the middle like that, and that's good. On to slide 7. Once again, going to duplicate. And this one's going to be up to you what you want to title it. This slide's going to be all your choice here. I am going to do it on Michigan Stadium, and I'm just going to make this smaller over here. I'm not going to need all that probably. So you're going to put some sort of description of what you are putting a picture of here. So you can obviously see the description. Now I need to find a picture. You can use Google or Bing or whatever you want to do to find the picture. When you do find a picture that you want to use, you want to try and make sure you can get the large or better resolution picture. This one's good, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it to my network or my documents, and then I'm going to go ahead and insert it over here. So here is the picture, and I want some sort of border on it. Doesn't really matter what type. And that's really not enough. I also need the citation because I obviously did not take this picture. I guess I could have, but I didn't. So I need a citation on this picture, which is referencing where the picture came from. So to get that, I would take it from right here. And I could put it right below the picture, even though it might not look so good. Okay, that's hyperlinked. You can always remove the hyperlink on it. But still, doesn't look awesome there. I don't really like that. What I would do with this is I would cut it. I would cut the citation and I would put it on a separate slide, probably back here, and put some sort of number or letter in front of it. Okay, so this would be 1. You would put obviously something at the top here that would say citations or references. And so this is the address for picture 1. Obviously this isn't labeled, so you would put some sort of word art over the picture, sort of like that. Okay, you might find something that's going to stick out a little bit more, but there's a 1, here's a 1, and so that is properly referenced there. So on Bing here, all the addresses are kind of below the picture in green. I could not just say bing.com because bing.com just houses the pictures. It doesn't actually own them or anything like that. So that's going to be that slide there. Slide 8 is going to be basically about you. So that's fine for a title. The picture is going to be a picture of you, so you're going to use either a picture that you have of yourself from somewhere or a picture that I took of you. So you want to get a picture of yourself, put some sort of border on it, and the text you're going to put for this picture and then what the photo was taken with. Could be a camera, could be an iPad, could be something totally different. And that's going to be slide 8. For slide 9, you're going to have something similar as far as the size here, so it's just going to say thanks for watching. Then you're going to have some word art in here that's going to say the end. Doesn't really matter what kind you use. And then you are going to add a warp to it and try and fill a lot of the screen. And then you're going to put your name below. I'm just going to copy this text box here and put it down here and then just put my name here. So it would be your name that goes here to show that you did it. And the last thing you're going to do is just put transitions in. Right now, notice I have a lot of extra slides. You really only need 9. I have 10 because I have a citation slide. So when you are done, you would add transitions by going to Transition, and you pick what type of transition you want on that slide. So if you wanted fade, you'd add fade, and you just keep picking the slide and then picking the transition. If you really like a transition or you don't care, you could always pick random, and you can pick apply to all, and then a random transition will be assigned to all. You can also change the timing and that sort of thing. So you do need transitions on that as well. And then when you are all done, you can test it to see, make sure it's got transitions, make sure it's going to go from one slide to the next. And that's it.